Well, with just 5 games left of the league season, we have already confirmed a playoff spot. Now all that's left to do is go and win the league. Welcome to Club 1, Episode 5 of Zero to Hero. Yes, welcome back to Club 1, Episode 5 of Zero to Hero. I'm Wes, and in today's episode we'll be taking on Blyth Spartans and Darlington in the Vanarama National League North. Now, since you were last with me, you left us last time. We were top of the table. We beat... Who did we beat? We beat Leamington, who were top of the table at the time, and we beat Guiseley, home and away. We then followed that up with a 1-0 home loss to FC United. A game we really should have won, but we just didn't play well. We got fined in that game as well for lots of yellow cards. We were committing fouls left, right and centre. We were then scheduled to play Nuneaton Town, but it was called off due to a waterlogged pitch. So I arranged a friendly with Cleethorpes just to keep our fitness up. We beat them 5-2. We then managed to take some of that momentum into the league again when we beat Chester 4-2 away from home. Ben Hinchcliffe, Ben Davis, David Norris and Nicky Walker with the goals in that game. We even survived a 64th minute red card to Ryan Qualter. We did actually we went 1-0 down, then brought it back to 1-1, then went 2-1 down, got it back to 2-2, and then we pulled ahead in the second half. We then drew our next 2 games against Nuneaton, the rearranged match that we should have played. We drew 2-2 away from home, goals from Ben Hinchcliffe and Tendai Matanese in that game. We then drew again at home against Stockport County. Jordan Jowers with the only goal in that game for us. It was a stoppage time equaliser from them as well. Made it difficult. We then lost at home to Telford, and then again away from home against Southport. We lost. Andy Thanoji with the only goal in that game for us. We managed to get a draw against Chorley, 2-2 at home. We were 2-0 up. No, we weren't. We were 1-0 down. Got it up to 2-1 by half time. And then in the second half we conceded an equaliser in the 59th minute. We then hammered York City away from home. We needed to get some confidence back. By this point we'd already slipped down the table back to second place. An own goal from their goalkeeper, I believe, Adam Bartlett. Andy Thanoji with 2 goals and Ben Davis with a penalty made it 4-1 in that game. And Curzon Ashton, we were 1-0 down at home until the 7th minute of stoppage time when Andy Thanoji rescued a point for us in that game. This was actually supposed to be the game that was in this episode, but I played it by accident and forgot that I was supposed to be recording it. But, you know, it would have been nice to have shown it, despite the fact that we only drew, because it was just dramatic at the end with the late equaliser after one of their players was sent off. So the league currently looks like this. We are second in the league, behind Leamington, 3 points behind Leamington, and we are not in very good form at the moment at all. We've only won 1 of our last 5 games, which isn't title winning form. We have seriously slipped out of form. I did try and change the system, which allowed us to play a little better, but we haven't found the form that we had at the beginning of the season. If we look back at the schedule, you can see that we went through long periods in this season where we were winning lots and lots of matches. We went through an entire month without losing or even drawing a game. And then over the last 2 months, the form has just declined. Since that last episode, our form's just been absolutely ridiculous. Since that last episode, we've only actually won 3 games. One of those was a friendly. We've lost 3, drawn 4. It's not title winning form. We've bottled it slightly towards the end of the season, but with 5 games left we are still within touching distance. We can claw our way back, but we are reliant on other teams doing us favours against Leamington. The thing is, we're playing similar sort of teams to what Leamington are playing. If we have a look at Leamington's schedule, you can see they're playing we're playing Darlington as well. I think we've got Alfreton Town in there somewhere. We've just played Curzon Ashton, and they're currently in 19th place. So, they've got Alfreton Town, who are in 16th, Kidderminster in 6th, Nuneaton in 22nd. They're all but relegated. I think it's not been confirmed they've been relegated yet, but a loss could see it happen. And Darlington, who we've also got in our running. So we are relying on teams that are in and around us. If you then look at our running, we've got Blyth Spartans, who are in 7th, Darlington, who are in 10th at the moment, Brackley in 13th, Ashton United in 11th place, and Hereford in 4th. So we've got a more difficult running than Leamington have. So I can't see it. We need to win every single game between now and the end of the season and hope that Leamington slip up at least twice. It's a big ask because they're in good form. There are some transfers, just to let you know, not into the club, but transfers out of the club. Johnny Margetts has finally left. He went to Dulwich Hamlet on a free. I don't think he's played a game for them yet. Oh, he's made 3 appearances for them, scored a goal and an average rating of 6.83. Where he made 16 appearances for us with 2 goals and 1 assist and an average rating of 6.68. So the Dulwich Hamlet fans, where are Dulwich Hamlet? I think they're in the regional division. Oh no, they're in the Vanarama South. So he's playing at the same level, just different area of the country. Grant Roberts also went. He went to Stockport County on a free. He went a while back, in fact. And Greg Smith also went. He went to FC United. Luckily, he didn't score against us. He did play against us in that game that we lost, but he did come close to scoring a few times. But we managed to avoid a player coming back to haunt us there. But now we're going to get into the first game of today's episode against Blyth, and this is the team that is going to hopefully draw us closer to Leamington. As you can see, the system has changed slightly. In fact, I'm going to drop Westcar and bring on Andre Johnson for him because Westcar's not played well the last few games. He came back from us. He was out on loan for the first half of the season. He's 34 years old. For those of you who don't know who Craig Westcar is, he's 34 years old, English striker, likes to play as a poacher, 2.5-star current and potential ability, some good attributes. He spent the first half of this season out on loan at Matlock Town, where he made 17 appearances, scored 6 goals and an average rating of 6.59. Not very good form from him. He's made 7 appearances for us since coming back and is averaging a 6.55, no goals, no assists. Hasn't even come close to scoring. He's been moaning about not getting first team football. So I put him in the first team to appease him, and he's repaying me with awful performances. So we're dropping him to the bench today. Why is it Naylor can't play as a sweeper keeper or a goalkeeper at the minute? I don't understand that. Right. We're going with Naylor in goal, a back 4 of Nugent, Brady, Sonko. We want Sonko in there. It's because I've got the under-23s in there. Clear the under-23s out. Ryan Qualter's not fit, so we're going to have to leave Sonko in there for now. A back 4 of Nugent, Brady, Sonko and Davis. A midfield of Matanadze and Thanoji with Hinchcliffe and Wafula on the wings. Wafula's come in for... In fact, no, we're going to bring Nicky Walker back in because Wafula didn't play well in the last game. And he's got a bit of a partnership with Davis that we can use. I don't want, but actually I am going to have both wingers on support. Well, this is the team that's going to start the game against Leamington. Naylor in goal, back 4 of Nugent, Brady, Sonko and Davis. A midfield of Matanadze and Thanoji with Hinchcliffe, Jowers and Walker all supporting Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson has only made 1 appearance for us so far this season and hasn't scored, didn't play well, but I don't want Westcar in there because he's not playing well. I mean, I could swap these 2 round and have Jowers play up front and Johnson playing behind, but Johnson doesn't suit that role, whereas Jowers is adequate in that position, really. I wonder if Jordan Slew can play there. He's not fit, so that doesn't matter. And we're going to bring Norris onto the bench. Yeah, so on the bench we have Cassian Thomas, Jonathan Wafula, David Norris, Romeo Akinola and Craig Westcar. This is another version of our Gegenpress. but it's a more attacking version. And this is the team that I'm hoping can beat Blyth. But we need... I should really not put us on an attacking mentality, because that's where we've been going wrong just recently. But I'd rather go attacking and give us a chance, at least, of winning the game, rather than playing a defensive or cautious system and just play not to lose, because we need to win. It's that simple. We're into the game now. Jowers with the ball, loses out, and now Blyth are coming at us. They're in behind. Naylor makes a good save though, collects the ball. We are 3 points behind Leamington. I don't know if I mentioned that before. We have just given away a penalty. Hinchcliffe gave that away. Come on, Naylor, can you save it? He can't. We are 1-0 down. And they've had 2 clear-cut chances in the first 5 minutes. Naylor went the right way, but he was never going to get anywhere near that. It was in the top corner. And we've got a mountain to climb now. There's a good tackle there at the back. But they're through again, and it hit the bar and Brady cleared. Not very convincingly though, and that puts us 4 points behind Leamington. I think if we lose this game, we can kiss goodbye to winning the league. We're just going to have to make sure that we win the playoffs if we want to go up this year. In other news, I have signed a new contract with Boston, extended it to for another year with an extra £25 a week wages. They have promised me a pay rise if we do go up. I think it's something like 35% on top of that. We'd had a really good chance just then that we should have scored. And unfortunately, it fell to Andre Johnson, who isn't in good form, barely fit. Only played 1 game for us all season, and that was offline. You haven't actually seen him yet in an episode. Nobody's playing well. Davies on a 6.3, Martinez on a 6.5. Hinchcliffe on a 6.3 now. He's just dropped. He was on a 6.4. Everybody's just awful. I'm going to use one of my shouts and I'm going to tell them to show some passion. Hopefully that will stick a rocket up their backsides and get them moving towards the goal. But it looks like we're going to go in at half time 1-0 down, and this is my chance to really get at them. I'm going to be aggressive, and I'm going to say that I expect to see much better from them in the second half. Andy Thanoji looking stressed, but my assistants managed to motivate him with an individual team talk. Hopefully we can go out and hit them early, get that early equaliser. We've had more shots than they have. We've had 9 shots, now 10 shots, 5 on target. We've, as usual, committing a lot of fouls, and we have had more possession than they have, so I'm going to demand more from my players. They need... I mean, Hinchcliffe's dropped down to a 6.2 now, as has Davis. We're not creating any highlights. I'm going to put us on attacking now. We have got a highlight finally. Walker to Thanoji, across to Nugent. Can he find a cross? He has a shot instead and he hits the post. That was unlucky from him. Never expected him to take a shot from there. And he did really well to get it as close as he did. Unlucky not to score, really. That would have been his first goal for us as well. I'm going to make our first batch of changes. Hinchcliffe, you are coming off. Wafula is coming on for him. We'll swap Walker and Wafula around so that Wafula's in his preferred position. And Johnson, you're coming off. And no, in fact, Johnson's we're going to push Jowers up front. And then we're going to bring on Romeo Akinola. Although he can't play there, we're going to swap him with Martinez, who's the more attacking of the two. He still doesn't like playing like that. We'll have him as an attacking midfielder on attack, and Akinola can be our Mazzala on support. Yeah, that works. And we'll leave the changes there for now. Hopefully that can spur us on to something. But we're defending a corner now, and Naylor manages to save it and put it behind. Not very convincingly though, and it's another corner. Can we defend this one a bit better? It's gone to the far post and nothing's come of it. I'm going to demand more from my players yet again. We've gone on to attacking mentality now. Nearly 70 minutes into the game and still nothing from anybody really. Our ratings are awful, and I'm going to make the final change. I'm going to haven't really got anybody that would really change the game. Maybe Westcar, but I can't see it somehow. Westcar's going to come on for Jowers. Jowers hasn't played well. We'll see if he can get a goal, a crucial goal for us. A point would be good. I would prefer 3, but Wafula through to Walker. Can he find a cross? He can't, but Sonko picks it up. Davis finds the cross though, and Akinola shoots over. Go back 2 months, Akinola buries that in the back of the net. We're not in very good form, and I think it's because myself and Norris, our captain, had a bit of a fallout over Margaret's being allowed to go, and because of that, with him being our captain, we've just given away another penalty, and Brady's going to get himself sent off. So we're now down to 10 men. We're going to be without our best defender in the last game, or the last few games of the season. Well, in the next game of this episode, can Naylor try and save this one? Same penalty taker, and he's missed it. He's blazed it straight over the bar, but we've only got 2 minutes of stoppage time to play. I'm going to show some passion, but I think this is just going to be the final few kicks of the game. Nugent gets hold of the ball. Akinola, can he find a ball forward? He can't, because that is full time we have lost. And I think that's it. I think that's it for our season. I think we're going to, apart from the playoffs, obviously, I'm going to say I'm not very happy with that result. I don't think anybody played well in that game, apart from Blyth, obviously. Unless Leamington lost, we need... If Leamington haven't lost, we can't win the league, because they're not going to slip up 3 times in the last 4 games. Leamington must have lost. We're only 3 points behind them still. They did. Curzon Ashton beat them. Wow, Curzon Ashton doing us a big favour there. The league is still a possibility if only we can turn our form around in the next game. Okay, so a few changes for the game against Darlington then. We've gone back to our original tactic that we had for most of this season. We've brought Willis in goal to replace Naylor, just to see if he is any good. We're going to put him as a sweep keeper on defence. Back 4 of Nugent, Middleton, Qualter and Davis. Midfield 3 of Martinezzi, Thomas and Thanoji, with Jordan Slew and Walker on the wing supporting Jowers up front on his own. Just changing things around, see if I can get that all-important win to bring us level on points with Leamington. I'm hoping we can. I'm going to say... What am I going to say? You know what? I'm going to leave it to my assistant, because I never do well in the pre-match team talk. Let him do that one, and I'll do the half-time one. And we'll get into this game, and hopefully, yeah, like I said, we got lucky in the last game where Leamington also lost. So we're still only 3 points away from Leamington. But who have they got today? They have got Alfreton Town, who are 14th. So we need them to do us a favour today. We've got a highlight. Davis with the ball on the wing. Crosses it to Slew at the back post, who hits the opposite post. How did he not score that? We've got a corner though. Davis looking for, I think that was Jowers at the far post, but couldn't find him. And that's the end of the highlight. That was unlucky. Slew really should have scored and put us ahead there. We've got another highlight, but we're defending this time. They're knocking the ball around nicely in their midfield. We need to get it off them though. They've got a cross and Davis with the header out, but Willis has just conceded. And we're 1-0 down. 22 minutes in. They were passing it around well in their midfield. They got the cross in. Davis with the clearance only got as far as their midfielder, and it was a good finish really. We've had 6 shots, 3 on target. We have more of the possession, but again committing a lot of fouls. We're going to have to go attacking, and I'm going to use one of my shouts, and I'm going to say demand more. That was a good header out from, or a good clearance there from Qualter. We've got another highlight, but we're not in possession. And they're coming back at us again. We need to win the ball back. And that was lucky that we didn't concede there. I want to try and get a goal back before half-time. Get creative, see if that has any effect. Nobody performing really well, other than Darlington. Right. I'm disappointed with that. I'm going to be assertive. I'm saying disappointed. Show me something else. Second half. I did have a team meeting in between the games. Said that I'm really keen to ensure that heads don't drop because the players are unhappy at my team talks for some reason. And we were lucky not to be 2-0 down there. If that header had been on target, we'd have probably been 2-0 down. Because Willis was in no man's land. We need to do something. I'm going to make a change. I know it's really early to make a change, only 57 minutes in. I don't know what to do. Jower's not playing well again. He seemed to have gone off the boil. I'm going to bring Hinchcliffe on for him. And Thanoji not having a good game. He's been one of our best players this season. Akinola, we'll bring him on, see if he can do something for us. We're going to make him a box-to-box midfielder. Make a double change there and see if that has any effect. How are Leamington doing? Zoom would stop messing up. We're defending again. We are 2-0 down now. Our defending's shocking. Our defence has just gone really, really awful just recently. We've defended really well all season. We've hardly conceded any goals. And the last few games, we've been absolutely awful. Right, we'll have a look, see how Leamington are doing. They're drawing with Alfreton. So, it's now a 4-point gap. They've just gone 2-1 down. Come on, Alfreton. Do us another favour. 72 minutes in now. Right, I'm going to demand more from my players and I'm going to make that final change. And I am going to bring off Cassian Thomas for David Norris. Not a very attacking change, I know, but Norris's passing could help us at least make a chance because it's been all Darlington and we're playing at home. We've played like the away team today. Akinola with the ball clear. Can't really find anybody. It goes all the way back to their keeper. He's tried to play the long ball over the top. Qualter wins it back in defence, but we've lost possession again. And that's 3-0. That's it. Our season is over. I mean, I know that Leamington are losing as well, but we look awful. And even if we go into the playoffs, we're not carrying any momentum. Matanati with the ball now. Can we get a consolation goal? To Norris. Norris finds Walker. He finds the cross but can't find Hinchcliffe. Matanati now on the edge of the area. Has a shot from range and he curls it wide. We've only got 7 minutes left now. Show some passion, lads. Let's see if we can get something out of this game. At least a goal to lift the spirits. We've not had a single clear-cut chance today, which just goes to show how terrible we've been. It was nearly 4 then, but they hit the crossbar and Leamington have equalised. We're into stoppage time now. We're not going to get anything out of this game, and I think that's going to be about it. Middleton picks up the ball at the back, and yeah, that is it. It's full time. We've lost yet again. I think that's it for our season. I can't see us getting anything out of it other than a playoff finish. I think that's where we're going to go to next. I'm going to be assertive. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. That's fired them up. It's not doing our morale any good. Because we keep losing on this run-in, and we'll be lucky if we. I know we've already guaranteed a playoff place, but the way the playoffs work at this level is the 6th and 7th play off against 4th and 5th, and then the winners of those games play 2nd and 3rd. So we will have to play one less match, but at the moment we don't have the momentum to beat anybody. I mean, we've lost to Blyth Spartans in this episode. If we get Blyth Spartans in the semi-final of the playoffs, we could end up going out of the playoffs and being in this league again next season. What I'm going to do is, if we look like we could win the league, then I will come back for the last game against Hereford. If it's just going to be playoffs, then I'll play these 3 games offline and we'll come back for the playoffs. So if you like that, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more Football Manager 2019 videos. Remember, follow me on Facebook and Twitter at WeaselGamer TV for both of those. And thank you very much for watching.